Hello, friends. Welcome to our little gang, and this is our podcast. And before we get started, I just want to give a special thanks to Players Smoked BBQ, Madera MMA, Tattoo Joe, Blendz Barbershop, La Quinta, all located in Madera. We'll have all the social media links in the description somewhere, so you guys go ahead and follow them and make sure that you guys, visit them or just help support their business because, thanks to them for believing in us and allowing us to do what we want to do as far as creating and being able to help other people with things they want to create. Thank you to them, and we have some stuff coming up to really showcase our sponsors and the quality that they provide and everything that they do. So again, thank you to them. And so before we actually get to the final form of our podcast, we want to interview each member of our crew so you guys can see who you're dealing with. So today's crew member is Derek Burns. So he's a really funny guy, really talented. Known this guy for a while. Every time we hang out, it's just a barrel full of laughs. But anyways, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you guys follow us on all of social media with the Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube channel, everything. Share and let us know what you think. But anyways, now on to the podcast.
Like freaking what was it called? It's not the casting couch.
The casting couch. It's all black and leather.
Like, nobody cleans that couch, dude.
I know, right?
You can't even put those covers apart, dude.
It's gonna be the most uncomfortable thing to sit on. It probably cracks.
It probably does, dude.
Crumbles when I'm trying to sit on it.
You remember, like, back in the day when you were a little kid, you would put glue on your hand?
Yeah.
And let it dry?
Yeah, let it dry and you try to peel it off?
That's how that couch looks like, dude. It's like, god damn. Your couch's skin is coming off. So we can start. Hey, what's up, everybody? Freaking today is just gonna be me and Derek Burns.
Yo, what's up? I don't know why I'm yelling.
So we already kind of recorded this once. We were coming back from Oakers, but I guess
Is it actually recording though this time?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, okay.
So we thought we were recording, so we talked to each other for like an hour and a half for no reason. I was like, man, I got to know you for nothing.
Now we gotta start from the top.
Start all over again. But when did we meet each other?
So I officially met you, I want to say it was 2000, let me see, 8, 9, whatever show you guys did in Madera. When did you guys do it was about 2009, 2010?
Which one, the golf course?
You guys did the golf course, yeah. I remember going to the country club in Madera.
Yeah.
And you guys were at that's when I first I saw you.
Yeah.
And I remember the first introduction was Daniel. He was like, "Hey, this is Eloy," and you're like, "Hey," and then you went right back to your phone. I don't know, you were like more enthralled with whoever you were trying to talk to than like the whole situation.
I just look at you like, who is this schmuck? Why is he wearing a suit?
Remember I used to wear suits all the time on stage? Yeah. I remember even Phil was like,
why is he wearing
Why the fuck is he wearing a suit? Stop wearing suits.
Fucking suit and sneakers. Fucking like
Ellen DeGeneres.
I don't know why you were dressed like that. Look like you were going to your bar mitzvah. No, but yeah, that was a long ass time ago, dude.
That was a long ass time. That's okay. So that's when I first introduced you, but I didn't really get to know you until about 2000. It was about 2015, 14. You think?
When were we doing that? That was... What shows were we doing then?
Okay, so... it was... The night you... It was over in Clovis, California, when we did the Thai place.
Thai Fusion?
Thai Fusion.
When Phil got hella drunk?
Yeah! Okay, because let me tell you a story real quick. For the longest time, I was waiting for like my big break, essentially. You know, like my version of the big break. And I was working with some of the local comics in Fresno for a little bit, and it was just enough to get me see as far as I can get up in the business, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
So I was doing everything I possibly could. So I was working with some of the bigger promoters at that time.
Yeah.
And it was helping out my comic career, quote unquote, but it wasn't like far enough. It was just kind of stagnant, right?
Yeah.
And then my cousin calls me, my cousin Daniel. He's like, "Hey, get a hold of Phil. Phil needs somebody tonight." And I'm like, "Phil Medina? Well, Phil Medina wants me? Why the fuck does he want me?" So I remember I was feeling so nervous. I had like this knot in my stomach, and I had to call Phil, and I was like, I don't even know what to say to this guy. Like, I don't even know why he wants me.
Yeah.
But Daniel ends up telling me like, hey, I gave him a little, heads up, like what you're doing and like that you're trying to get into the comedy field and stuff like that, and he wants you tonight because he needs somebody. So get your ass over there and call Phil right now.
Yeah.
So I did. I get a hold of him, and he's like, "Hey man, Daniel tells me you're a comic. How much time you got? I need somebody tonight." And I was like, "Man, I got a cool 30 minutes." I don't even know if I had 2 at that time. I don't even know if I had any at that time.
Yeah.
Right? So I was like, "Man, I got a cool 30 minutes." He's like, he texts me back. He's like, "You got 30 minutes? How long you been doing this?" At that time, I was like 2 years or so.
Yeah.
I think I told him it wasn't very long. Like I was like, like 2-3 years. And he's like, "And you got 30 minutes?" So I was like, "Yeah, man, I got no problem." He's like, "Okay, here's the deal. I need you tonight in Las Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
And if I like you, we can go from there." And so I was like, "Oh shit, this is like my big like audition, pretty much. Like I gotta outstand this shit, right?
Yeah.
I gotta make this fucking amazing."
Yeah.
I go up there and I eat the biggest bag of dicks up on stage, and I was coming off stage like this was it. This is done. I'm done now. Like I can't go any further because I suck right now. You know. So he goes and he comes up to me. He's like, "Let's talk after the show," and I was like, "Okay." Yeah. At that point, I was about to tell him, "Hey, I'm going home. Thank you for everything, but I appreciate the opportunity, basically, to leave, right?" But he's like, "Let's talk after the show." So I talked to him after the show, and he's like, "We got a lot of fucking work to do. But first of all, you never tell a promoter you got 30 minutes when you don't even have shit."
Was I there that night? I think no.
No, you weren't.
I wasn't there.
I'm getting to that point.
Yeah.
Because at this point, I was like, I'm done with Phil. Like I won't never get another opportunity like this.
Yeah.
And then Phil's like, "I'm doing another show next weekend. I want you to be there. It's at Thai Fusion, and we'll get you some stage time, but I need you there."
Yeah.
So I was like, "Okay." So I'm telling everybody, Phil's helping me out with like a poster. I get the poster out. I'm telling everybody I'm doing this,
Yeah.
So I got a few people to go out there, and I got Daniel to go out there. But that was the night I met you, I think, because you were there and you were setting everything up.
Probably, yeah.
And so yeah, that's where. And then I remember us and Phil's getting fucking hammered. I remember carrying his ass all the way back to his room, fucking nursing him back to health, and then you almost dying. And then that's how I fucking met you.
Almost died. My sleep? No.
No, dude, that was the night you fucking... you scared Phil and I both... We were both on our phones like, should we call 911?
Oh,
we
yeah.
were having a staring contest like, now let's see what happens.
Fuck it, let's roll the dice. Oh, you got hella drunk.
No, dude, I was fucking scared. Like, I didn't know what to do. Like, I wanted to like call 911, and then you came too. You did the last, but yeah. I was like, fuck.
He's hanging in
He's
there.
hanging in there.
Like a chair, bro.
That's not. I met both of you guys, and that was like my first like. And I was like, "This is the big time. Like this is it."
What if it was like, welcome to the show?
So yeah, that night he's puking. He's throwing his ass up, right? And there was like, to get into the bathroom of this place, you had to go through a door, and then it led you down to a hallway, and then there was another door that goes into the bathroom. And he had me guard the fucking door. Like, I was in the bathroom with him. Like, I had to be there. I was holding the door shut, locking it, whatever I had to do. And he's like, give me a towel or the trash can. I give him the trash can, and he puts his hand on me. He's like, welcome to show business.
Oh, that shit was hilarious. Yeah, that night, I forgot. I remember who performed, but I remember like we got hella drunk. Because I don't know if they were just giving us shots or what they were doing, but I remember Phil got really drunk and we had to escort him out there like like he had an assassination attempt. We had to escort him and throw him inside a truck. But then, yeah, we were pretty drunk.
You said to be thrown into a truck?
Yeah. We had to escort him out. We had to pretend like we had to get him out of there really fast. But yeah, that was a long time ago. We don't even do that anymore. We don't. Now, that was in the beginning when we were still learning everything. Now that I don't know, we're older, we kind of don't do that anymore.
Yeah, exactly. It's so weird now. Like, I remember times where I don't even know which way was up. Yeah. I remember going on a trip with Phil, and it was probably the best experience of my life, right? And there's been other times where it was not that great, you know? And but you have to go through those experiences. Yeah. Like, you have to appreciate both ends. There's going to be nights where there's nothing but fucking everything you want underneath the sun. Yeah. And there's going to be nights where you're trying to fight over who gets the ottoman in the hotel room, you know? Yeah. But it's like that, though. I remember one time, Phil and Manny Maldonado, we went to Brentwood for a show. Mm-hmm. And we got so hammered that night. We went to an after party and then to an after party where the real fun was, right? And then after that, we were like, we need some tacos. Well, right around our hotel is a Jack in the Box. And we got like 28 tacos. It was fucking ridiculous. Yeah. And this is like 6 o'clock in the morning by this time. By the time we get back to our hotel, they're already setting up for breakfast for the people to come downstairs. Yeah. And our drunk asses fucking hanging in there. Looking like last night's leftovers, fucking.
So trucking along.
Our eyelashes are all barely hanging out.
I lost a shoe. No, man, we've been at it for a while. Yeah, sometimes I miss those times because it's like, for me, like we would do the shows and then we kind of felt like VIP or whatever, and then like a celebrity for a minute. And then the next day, when you have to wake up and nobody knows us again, yeah, that part was always depressing. I'm like, oh man, now I'm a nobody again.
But you have to humble yourself. Yeah. And there's a thing with entertainers, and I've been entertaining people for fucking ever, right? My parents put me up on stage when I was a kid. I went through high school and theater. I went to college, got a theater degree.
I thought you were going to say your parents put you in a fish tank.
God damn. I'm sure they wanted to. I'm sure they still want to.
Oh, man. Who are you saying?
But being an entertainer, you get through this thing once you're up there and people start recognizing you. People start cheering for you, and like you get this ego about yourself. Yeah. You start getting this like, I'm better than somebody else, or I'm, look at me kind of thing, right? Mm-hmm. So it's good to have those humbling experiences when you feel like you're somebody at one point, and then the next day, nobody knows who you are. So you got to show them who you are.
Yeah. Yeah, that it was, I don't know what it was called, but it was just like the next day it was always, plus you're probably hungover, so that.
Oh yeah, I've done that too. Yeah.
You wake up and you're like, okay, now I gotta back to nothing, back to freaking. You like waking up and realizing that like the party's over. Yeah. And then now it's like, well, what do we do now?
You gotta prepare for the next one, and then the next one after that. And that's part about being a comic is you're also like being on the stage part of it. You're gonna have really great nights, and then there's also the other end of that when nobody fucking wants you.
Yeah.
Nobody fucking cares about you. I remember when I first did comedy. I remember telling Daniel about this, and it was so sad after I did this. So I invited Daniel to my very first open mic.
Yeah.
Right? And he brought him and his wife and a friend of theirs, and I was so excited, but I had shit.
Yeah.
I didn't have any material. I was going up there winging it, and I ate a big old bag of dicks up on stage, right? Terrible. So next day I was like, I need to be where the action is. Like that's the problem. It's like not my jokes.
Yeah.
People knew I had people out there. They would have at least laughed, right, or paid attention, but they didn't. Yeah. So I was like, I need to be where the action is. I need to go down to Los Angeles and do this.
Yeah.
So the very next weekend, I drove down to Los Angeles. I booked a spot at the Haha Comedy Club. It was an open mic spot, but I did it. I went up there and fucking, that was the first time I ever got heckled up on stage.
What did it say?
I had this random joke one time about oh God, I forgot how it went. It was Salvador Dali, right?
Uh-huh.
Salvador Dali said that he was going to eat his wife after she had died, but then when she got asked about this, she goes, "Well, he never did it, right? Well, I was alive. Why do I give a shit?"
Yeah.
So it didn't go over so well at that time. Kind of like how it is right now.
Yeah.
So we killed it. So
you are murdering right now, dude.
Doing a hot 20 right now. But she heckled me. She's like, "What does that even mean?"
Yeah.
And I didn't have an answer for her. And then I was like, thank you for inviting me up here. And then I fucking got off the stage. I was like, Daniel, I can't do this shit.
Yeah.
And he's like, even Robin Williams had a terrible night.
Yeah.
George Carlin wasn't on top every single time he went up on stage, And then, like, I've seen all the comics bomb before. Mm-hmm. I've seen some of the people who've done really well in the comedy field do absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
And you have to have those humbling moments, before you have to have those moments to know how to get better at being a comic.
Yeah, I've been thinking about actually going up and doing stand-up.
Why don't you, dude? You're fucking hilarious, man.
I don't know, dude.
You're fucking, dude. Some of the shit that comes out of your mouth, dude, is so mind-boggling. I've known you for fucking years, Eloy. You're fucking hilarious. Dude, I don't even know how you're not a comic.
I don't know. I just don't like being in the freaking spotlight, I guess. Or everybody looking at me.
Dude, turn around. Be that one comic that doesn't face the audience ever. That would be your shtick.
Tell backwards jokes. I told Phil one of these days I'm gonna be like a cover band comic.
Tell everybody else's jokes.
Yeah.
You guys want to hear an impression of Danny Minch? Blue whales.
Just start doing everybody else's jokes, dude. I thought about that. I was just like, oh, this next one is from 2000 and whatever.
Dedicated to Philip Medina.
This is Bruce collection. Just do everybody else's fucking set. Why not? There's Elvis impersonators.
Right, no, right? They don't have comic impersonators.
That'd be hilarious. But I thought about it, and I'm still thinking about it. Maybe just I don't know. Maybe just work on a 5-minute set and just fucking polish the fuck out of it.
Dude, just do 2 jokes. 2 jokes. That's all you gotta do. You have to start. Okay, it's not about finishing. It's about getting started. And you'll never be able to finish unless you start.
I really want to do that whole milking that situation. I find that hilarious.
Hey, Anthony Jeselnik has made an entire career telling abortion jokes.
Yeah. There's that. There's certain topics that I want to talk about. And then, the whole Jesus Christ guy. But, I want to make fun of him.
You know what would be hilarious? Is you get video of somebody stubbing their toe and then you just dubbed his voice over the words that they're supposed to be saying, or that someone gets hit in the face.
It's just Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
But no, I don't know. There's
or watching a back alley abortion.
I've thought of dubbing some stuff, but it gets very I don't know, very bad. No, dude, I've been thinking about it. Just at least a 5-minute set, but
Dude, do it.
But I don't know. I just
one joke at a time.
Maybe when the start doing those open mic things.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do that.
Why don't you? You should be the host. That's how you get good jokes, man. Because you can also have a set, but you can also work on material. Yeah. While just like, because you know what saves a lot of comics and what actually burns a lot of comics is their lack of crowd interaction. Because if you don't know how to handle a heckler, you're gonna look a week up on stage and you're gonna turn around and walk out. You know, and for a comic that's hard. So with the more you have that opportunity, what do they call it? The first 10,000 hours of whatever skill.
Become a pro.
Yeah, like you got to put in your hours, man.
Yeah, I think. Like I could deal with hecklers, because I'm always been a smart ass. Yeah. And I was like right now when that girl told you like, what does that even mean? I would have been like, it means you need to shut the fuck up or just some shit like.
Yeah. But, I'm not that quick. I'm a little dumb.
I don't know if you noticed my what is it my whatever paternity shoes? What is it?
My paternity shoes.
No,
my New Balances.
The ones that have those thick ass soles so you can walk right.
those like the ones like the shake ups, like the.
No, one shoe is thicker than the
other. Oh yeah, I've seen those.
What the fuck are they called? Your ant stompers? What are they called? Like it's like therapeutic or some shit. Like
no, yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's fucking thick axles, yeah. Dude, remember Daniel used to wear those things?
Those are for like professional can collectors, dude.
Professional can collectors?
You know, you collect cans and you have to crush them.
What? I didn't know you make a career out of something like that.
I don't know. I see people with bags of cans.
I thought those were homeless people looking for meth.
I don't know.
I see them all the time over in Fresno.
I thought that was a career, dude. I was like, these guys are good at it. This guy's got 2 shopping carts. Look at his bags filling up to the brim. Because I used to collect cans.
You used to collect cans?
When I was little, I would collect cans.
Oh, yeah. Oh, to sell them?
Yeah.
Oh, like at the recycling centers? Yeah. Oh, okay.
So we would put like rocks in them.
To make them heavy? Yeah. You were those people? See, I always thought about doing that. Because, like, we did that too. Yeah. Like, we used to do all the bottles and stuff like that and then take them to the recycling center. Yeah. And I was like, why aren't you guys filling this up? Because they're doing it by weight. Yeah. Like, but that was just me. You know, that was my entrepreneurship.
But you can't put a fucking... You can't put a whole boulder in there because you get like a pound of cans. You know what it looks like or whatever. So you gotta kind of like, oh, okay, maybe every other can you put a rock in there and you smash it.
Oh, okay. So it
adds a little bit more weight.
Because otherwise they'll know, right?
Yeah. So they're pretty sure they knew. But what the fuck were you saying? Oh, like you're slightly retarded.
Yeah, slightly. I haven't fixed that much yet. I don't think I'm going to at this point.
Like I'm fucked.
I'm fine. I'm taken care of right now. So I'm good.
But what the fuck were you saying? Oh yeah, so yeah, so I've been thinking about it. I'm pretty sure I will do it. I just don't know when.
Dude, you got to. You're fucking hilarious. That'd be a great.
What if I just made fun of the homeless?
You know, like some people are not gonna. It's not gonna be for everybody, but you know what? Fuck them. You know,
because I could just say shit. I'm just having a good ass time by myself. But I don't know if anybody gets it or it gets because my humor is like kind of dark.
But there's people out there that make dark comedy. Like that's their thing. You're gonna get a lot of people coming up to you after the show. You're very concerned.
My dad's homeless. Well, what's that got to do with me? Go help him out. Make him a doghouse or something.
Oh, damn.
But yeah, so that's one of the things I've been wanting to do. And then, because I've always joked around, or I've always helped like Philip write jokes, or other people just help them with their jokes, whether it's just tagging them up or just some of the stuff like that Philip has come up with, or usually some of it has started from us just talking shit. Yeah, just talking shit, and some of the stuff like when we would go out to different shows, and then we would have to like spend the night at a hotel, or we'd just hang out at whatever. Sometimes it was just us, and we would just be talking shit. And It's kind of how the podcast Tattletale started, because like we were talking about one of the podcasts that him and his friend would slap chop each other in the hotel room, pretending it was like WWE.
I don't know that.
No?
I don't know.
Well, Papuch. Him and Papuch, like, this is when I first started.
I've never met him.
No?
So I don't, yeah. Like, I know, I've heard stories, but I've never met him personally.
So when we first started, like, going up and down California for Philip's shows, it was me, him, and Papuch. And every time we got to a hotel room, they'd always slap chop each other and throw each other out of the bed. And I was like, this is how they foreplay? Or, like, what exactly is this? Are they about to mate? So, just shit like that. Just let's talk your shit. But I've always, that's one thing I've always wanted to do, and I've always done, like, in like high school, middle school, is like just being with your friends, just talking shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I know that I want to do something with it, but I just don't know if it's gonna be on stage or behind the scenes or something. But as long as I get to hang out with people and just talk shit, and I'll be okay with that.
That's what's up.
I think that's what's gonna happen with that.
Yeah, you definitely should. You have that. Well, I think what the problem is the comfortability part. People get stage fright really easily, and it's like everyone's staring at you.
Yeah.
And there's that old saying about, like, imagine everybody in the audience naked. But then, you got the big titty girl up front. And then you're like fumbling over the words.
I just stared.
Just stared.
Thank you for being here. Making this a lot easier. I was gonna stare at your tits the whole time.
This is a hot 10 minutes right here.
I got 5 minutes of you. I'm just gonna stare at your tits. I'm just like, right now. I should have worn glasses, or I should have worn sunglasses, but it's too late now.
The problem is that, like, people just don't go for it.
Yeah.
Because what's on the other side is a lot better than. Because I remember I used to get so nervous about going up on stage.
Yeah.
Like, I don't particularly like it.
Mm-hmm.
I like the art of it. I just don't like the fact that people are watching me. And, like, so there's been times where I was like, I'm not going up there. I can't do this. I'm too nervous.
Yeah.
But then after a while, you do it enough, you're like, fuck it. You fuck what they think.
So let's see what happens. Yeah.
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 Because you're gonna bomb.
Yeah.
You're hilarious, but you're gonna bomb.
Yeah.
But you gotta have that mindset in there.
Yeah. I don't know. The only thing, like, I know I'll get over the nervousness, but it's just my humor. My humor is pretty dark, or it's pretty fucked up sometimes. Like, just the whole thing about homeless people making fun of that, or just anything. Like, I like making fun of things.
Yeah.
So, and sometimes I'll make fun of myself,
Yeah.
but it's always making fun of something, like making, like, especially when something is, like, really serious, and you're like, is it really that serious? Like.
Yeah. See, that's the best part about being a comic is that after a while you just don't give a shit anymore.
Yeah.
So, like, I think that's why dark shit amuses me, because, like, I think the same shit and I'm just too afraid to say it.
Yeah.
But that shit fucking makes me laugh.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why, but I love the fact that this Alabama thing's going on right now.
What is it?
They passed this bill right now where after
kill
6
babies.
weeks you can't. Yeah. So, but most people, most people can't. Won't even find out till about 7 or 8 weeks.
Yeah.
And so after that they're fucked, right?
Yeah.
So and then they can't even leave the state to get one.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I want to buy stock in copper or whoever's doing the
Jesus.
hanger industry in Alabama. That shit's about to skyrocket right now. Whatever that metal is, I want $10,000 worth of stock right now.
You're fucking in coat hangers.
Hey,
Jesus.
I'm just saying, like, this fucking thing's crazy right now. Dyson vacuums are gonna go through the roof right now.
Wow, extra suction. Poor babies, dude.
No, I know, it sucks. That shit makes me laugh, though. I don't know why.
Poor baby thinks that has a future and everything, too. So I'm gonna go to college.
Where's that hanger in here? Is my dry cleaning done?
There's one meme of this girl freaking she looks at her pregnancy, it's like, oh, my mom's gonna kill me. Then the baby looks, oh, my mom's gonna kill me. Well, that's cold blooded. That's cold.
That is cold.
That's cold. Poor babies, man. Somebody has to stand up for their rights.
Alabama is apparently, but they don't want to give. They don't give two fucks what happens to them once they're born.
Yeah, that's, I don't know, man. Everything's just, it's all ass backwards. It's just about being right and not. It's not about doing the right thing.
No, it's not. It's all about the money. You kidding me? It's all about fucking money.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. That's just poor babies. I'm just thinking about that. What is it? Like the Ally McBeal baby?
The one that
dances. I'm just thinking about that baby. I'm like, oh.
That poor baby will never get a chance.
He lucked out. No, he got out. He got out. That's hilarious. So now, do you still want to be a comic, or do you just entertainment, or what is it that you want to do?
I'm more interested in the money side of it. Don't get me wrong. Like, eventually it could.
Yeah.
I mean, if you stuck to it, but I feel like there's more. I don't want to be Kevin Hart. I want to be Kevin Hart's boss. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be that guy's position, and then I don't only want his position, but I want that guy's position, because ultimately, most entertainers are bought out, right? They work for somebody. They front like they don't, but there's someone giving them their checks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're managed, and that's what I want to do. Is I want to be on the back end of that.
Yeah.
I want to be the one that pays the comics. You know.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's more of a field that I can control a little bit better than trying to make a drunk audience laugh.
Yeah, I can feel that. For me, it's kind of like not having to worry about where the money's coming from, but just being able to do whatever I want, and just that, like, it doesn't have to be like I'm making millions of dollars or stuff like that, but just as long as all the bills are paid and I don't have to worry about money and I can just do whatever I want. That's my ultimate goal. Sure, yeah,
it helps out that I feel you. Like, I feel that too. Like, you gotta love what you do in order for it to make you money.
Yeah.
And I feel like I love entertainment. I know now that I'm probably not going to be up on stage a lot more. Like, I don't have the time to do that.
Yeah.
Whereas I want to be more on the business side of things. On business side of things in a field that I like.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes my life a little bit easier. You know, it's just being part of the industry that I still love, and then still being able to have, being successful at it.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this, like show business or comedy or whatever, because you're making money hanging out with your friends. Mm-hmm. You're making money just talking shit. You're just making money for going out and like partying or whatever. And it doesn't even feel like it's work.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, that's one of the reasons why I want to do at least a 5-minute set and just get that, like, super polished. And that way I know I can just do 5 minutes and entertain you for a little bit. And I don't have to carry that big old burden of closing out the night or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Or anything like that. But at least I was part of the show, or at least I did something. But it's kind of hard to do all that because I have to juggle that with like camera work and
yeah, dude, you wear a lot of hats, man.
Yeah, so
stop wearing so many hats, you're gonna get bald.
No, but I don't know. It's just that whole thing. Like, if you want something done right, you got to do it yourself.
No, yeah, I definitely feel that. Yeah.
So that way, I was like, I got to make sure this is perfect. But I'm pretty sure. Well, as the things move along, I'll meet people that I could delegate that to, that I could trust in their work.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it's kind of hard to just do it all by myself. But in the beginning, that's how it has to be.
I wish I would have stuck with comedy more.
Yeah.
Like, I wish I would, if I could go back in time, I wish I could have done it right. And not let it go to my head, not let it, not let other things distract me. Like, there was times where I was like, man, I should just move down to Los Angeles to do this, And then I just backed out of it. And then I went forward with it. And then I backed out of it and went forward with it. Yeah. So it was just, I wish I would have just stuck to the plan and do it and have done it.
Yeah.
But if I could have done anything at all, I would be an actor. I wouldn't be a comedian.
Yeah.
I would just be like a funny actor,
Like a comedic actor?
Yeah. Like a Ryan Reynolds or some shit like that,
Yeah.
So, that's what I wish I would have done.
Yeah.
But I think, life just gets in your way. Shit happens.
Yeah. Do you, have any of your old, jokes or books or anything that you've written down?
I think I have one joke book left It's funny you said that because I was just talking to somebody about that the other day. Because they asked me, being a comic, do you write your jokes down? I said, yeah. Like, you get many, like, compositions, books and shit, you know? You just jot down ideas and stuff. And I remember one time I lost my joke book. I lost it at Mother Mary's in Clovis. And it was an open night mic, or an open mic night. And I went up, did my thing, and I left my book behind. So the next day, I went back in there. And I was like, hey, guys, I left a book back here. It's a joke book. And he goes, can you describe it for me? I was like, it's just a notebook. You know, like if you have who leaves many notebooks inside of a fucking restaurant? Yeah. You know? So I'm like, it's just a notebook. If I was finding one, just, you know, send it my way. It's mine. And he goes, okay, give me a minute. So he goes in the back and he opens up the first page.
He read your own jokes back to you?
No, I had the very first joke in that book was
a racist one. I knew it. God,
well, it was black eyes and abortions because I combined two jokes together.
Black eyes?
Yeah. What do you call a woman with two black eyes?
An abortion?
Someone who doesn't listen very well. Oh, right? Like it's one of those.
Yeah. No, what's the other one? He's like. He's like, what do you tell a woman with two black eyes? Like, nothing, because you already told her twice. Jesus.
And then the next one was, I was watching this, I was hanging out with this girl or whatever.
Yeah.
And she was telling me her age, right? And she was 40 years old. She didn't look 40. She looked like a hot 38. Close enough, but wasn't over that hump, you know. Like she could have been, but definitely wasn't, you know. So
2-year difference, you can tell.
You gotta count the rings on the elbows, you know.
Her elbows too wrinkled.
So she asked me my age, and I told her I was 20. I thought I was like 25 or something at that time.
Yeah.
And she's just like, I have abortions older than you.
Damn.
It's like, you want another?
Damn. Oh, that's crazy.
But yeah, anyways, he opened up the first page, and that was the name of the jokes. And he's like, I opened up the first page, and I think this one's yours.
I thought he was gonna make fun of your jokes. Like, what kind of? I thought this was poetry.
He's got there for a minute. He could have read all the jokes. He's like, God damn, this guy's dark.
I was gonna steal these jokes, but
I'm gonna wait for a funnier joke book to come through here.
It's like, maybe if I told him there's not here, it'll help him out. Forget these fucking jokes.
Maybe he'll try again. Try a little bit harder next time.
He needs to forget these. I'm gonna help him out.
And that's how I got saved by the dishwasher at Mother Mary's.
Dude, instead of your joke book, it gives you a pamphlet for the bride.
Go back to school. You'll need this.
You're like, go learn welding.
Go become a nurse.
Yeah, dude, dental assistant. Dude,
18-year program.
It's like, I
don't know, man. These are kind of rough.
A joke about shoes, huh?
10,000 souls were lost.
Like,
yikes.
Guess the kind of shows we have at Mother Mary's. He starts questioning himself.
I guess this is what's going on here.
It's time to call it quits.
But yeah, man, so that's like getting started, and getting started was rough.
Yeah.
Because I remember the day I got started. I did my jokes in Clovis at Grog's.
Yeah.
Grog's Irish Pub. And the only reason why I did this, I went on this date with this chick who said, come to a show with me. And that was the first time I've ever saw Chris Cruz perform at Club One. And that's back when he had that room, right?
Yeah.
So I go there, I'm watching the show, and that's my date's friend was Chris Cruz.
Yeah.
So after the show, all the comics come off stage, and I was talking to all the comics, right? And I was like, oh, this is great. I've never done this before other than when I went and saw you guys do your thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, this is crazy. Like, I want to do that. I could do that, you know? And so I asked one of the comics, I was like, how do you do this? Like, how do you just get into this? And he's like, you gotta get your bombs out. Like, go to open mics, and then just get all your horrible horrible jokes out.
Yeah.
And then work on them, and then that's how you get better. And then the more you do it, you start networking with other people. So I was like, okay. He's like, there's a place in Clovis called Grog's Irish Pub. You should go there. They have a open mic every Monday. Perfect. So I go there, signed up, and that's when I did terrible even when I brought my own people there. And so I remember I was feeling so sick and so nervous.
Yeah.
But it was still, it was fun. Like I even though that it wasn't the greatest experience.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna give up at that time.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like I can just keep pushing through. And then the more I went up there, the more I pushed myself. The more I liked it. And then the rest is history.
No, those people that you took the first time, do they go the next time?
No.
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 They just.
There was a good streak. I probably didn't bring another person for about 2-3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I knew I was like, nah. Because, at that time, I went every single Monday and Wednesday.
Yeah.
Monday they had Grogs, Wednesday they had Mother Mary's, and I went every single Monday and Wednesday.
Yeah.
Until I got at least enough to have at least one joke.
Yeah.
And I think I ended up getting down to my Bill Cosby joke doing that at that time.
Freaking, I think if, because I don't live in Fresno, I live in freaking Madera, so there's no comedy scene in Madera.
Yeah.
And so I think if I would have lived here, I probably would have done the open mics already. But it's just, I don't know. So then it goes back to the whole like wearing so many hats.
Yeah.
There's so much stuff I gotta do, so probably the only time I'll have is once that open mic thing starts, because I'm already gonna be there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I might as well do it then. But I'll probably just first start off hosting. Well, I'm gonna have to host or whatever.
I think you should. You'd be a great host. The hostess with the mostest, man.
Just clown on everybody. I'll tell you, like if I would have, no, and then it all goes back to me freaking.
You not gonna do one-liners?
Nah, I'm not
No
doing
puns?
No.
No Eloy puns?
No, I'm not gonna do
Here's my list of Eloy puns.
So, I think that one thing is like I think people get it. I remember one time I was at a party and I started making fun of this dude's mustache. just making fun of his mustache just because, and he got all self-conscious. But I was having a blast.
Poor guy.
And I just make fun of his mustache. I was like, dude,
Yeah.
I forgot what I was saying about his mustache, but
He hasn't worn a mustache since that
probably
day.
hasn't. But it's just shit like that. And then something like I remember I was at another party. I was making fun of this guy that had his eyes were just like hella cockeyed, like they were just like they looked like two sisters that were angry at each other. I told him like, God, this fool don't gotta look both ways to cross the street.
He's got to take it care of for us.
Motherfuckers watching his own bag, dude.
Who brought Marty Feldman with us?
Fuck. And then I was just like, you ever like see a dog in a car and you make fun of it and like the dog knows you're making fun of it? You never
That's
done
terrible.
that?
No, I've never done that.
Because that dog reminded me of that guy. Because his eyes were cockeyed too.
Oh, damn.
But yeah. So that, I don't know, that's my humor, just talking shit. I always make fun. I make fun of Philip all the time. Bro.
See, I'm always, even to this day, I would be terrified to tell a joke.
Really?
Yeah, like because like I respect him too much.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to be like this and that,
Yeah.
and then it not be funny, and then I'm like, God,
That's how freaking Philip and I met. Because I was
Roasting
working
each
at... huh?
you guys were roasting each other.
No. I was working at Saymart, and he was working at Saymart, but he was my manager. And I remember, like, this is back when Danny was working there, too. And I was friends with Danny. And so I would just roast everything. I would talk shit to Danny. I would talk shit about everybody. I would just make fun of everybody. And I remember I made fun of Philip. But he didn't like it because we didn't know each other like that.
Yeah.
So he didn't like me from that. And then we both ended up at a party, and some other dude didn't like me because I made fun of him too. But then Philip's like, oh man, this is just gonna cost big old whatever. And this is right when they were already doing comedy or whatever. And then that's when he pulled me to the side, and we kind of had a heart to heart and everything. So I never stopped making fun of him. I still make fun of him. I always make fun of him. But it's just, I don't know, it's just how it is. It's just how I am. Everything's a joke to me, and I don't take anything serious.
Phil, that was the first time I met Phil. Phil did the same thing with me. I didn't know him at the time, but I don't have a problem with people roasting me though.
Mm.
So, at that time when I met Phil, I was also shooting a movie here in Fresno.
Mm.
I was in Victory by Submission. It was an MMA movie, right? So I was also one of the main extras in it, right? So, but part of that was I was getting into the character, so I was like rooting for my guy. I was the antagonist's best friend or whatever, right?
Yeah.
I'm getting into it. I'm yelling at him because he's in the ring, but they're like, "Why are you using your real voice? You're gonna be dubbed over anyways. Just open your mouth and act like you're screaming."
Yeah.
I was like, "But I'm getting into the character."
Yeah.
So by that time, I was already losing my voice because we shot that thing for like 9 hours straight one time.
Yeah.
So at that point, I had no voice, and I was like, "God damn!" I even had 2 shows that week lined up already between Fulton 55 and Mother Mary's.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that I was going to do Philip's show at that time.
Yeah.
And I found out I was doing that show, but I also realized driving up to Los Banos that I don't have a fucking voice.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm hoarse. So I was sucking down honey all the time, trying to get my voice back for the shows that I was going to be doing.
Yeah.
So I was carrying around this bottle of honey and tea with me. And I even went to Los Banos with it. And I remember Phil looking at it like, this is the first time he's meeting me, right? He's like, "What's that for?" And I was explaining to him when I was using it. So I kept sucking on the honey. So we were sitting after the show. The comics are like, "The fuck is he doing?"
Yeah.
He goes, "You're shoving that thing up his ass later. Don't touch it."
Don't touch it. He gets nervous. What do you want? He gets nervous. Poor guy. He doesn't know what to do.
He's new.
He's just trying to take the edge off. Just leave him alone.
Oh man, I had some really great times. One time, Phil and I was at his house and we were just bullshitting one day, and he was like, "You know what'd be fun right now? If we did some prank calls."
Yeah.
And I was like, "All right." I haven't done a prank call since I was 16, but okay, whatever. So he picks up his phone, right, and he's dialing his random numbers, and it's in New York, and he puts it on speakerphone. Oh, dude, I never died hard as that moment when he was talking to the pizza guy, and he's like, "Hey, I want a pie. He did a New York accent. He did better than I did. I'm looking for a New York pie or whatever, pepperoni pie."
Yeah.
I was, "You want a pepperoni pie?" On the other end, and he's like, "Yeah, I want a pepperoni pie." He goes, "But here's the thing, though." He goes, "I'm gonna go down there and pick it up." And he's like, "You was gonna come down here and pick it up?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna come down there and pick it up."
Yeah.
And he goes, "While I'm there, I'm gonna suck all yous off." And he got his lines like, you go, "What?" He goes, "I'm gonna go down there and I'm gonna suck all yous off." He goes, "You're gonna come down here and suck us off?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm gonna go down there and suck every one of yous off." He goes, "But I want you to come on my face." The guy on the other line started laughing, and then Phil started busting up, so he hung up the phone. So another time that he did a prank call was when he did the Planned Parenthood. Because he was the joke is that he knocked up this side chick. He's like, "I can't let my wife know, but I'm gonna drop her off." Because she's Vietnamese, so she doesn't understand. She doesn't understand English. He goes, "I'm just gonna drop her off." He goes, "But she's pregnant. I need you to take care of it." He goes, "No, she's got one of those punch cards, so I think the next one's free." He goes, "I'm just gonna tape it on her shirt. I'm gonna send her inside, and I'm gonna leave. I can take care of this for her."
You taped the note to her.
Oh man, I know that's terrible. That's so sick. But you should have heard the lady on the other end. She was horrified. "Sir, you can't do that.
It's too late.
It's after 2 o'clock.
It's too late. Already
Don't turn left."
It's like you're like, oh, I left the rental car outside. I left the keys in the
condition. I'm double parked. I gotta go.
Just drop her off.
Fucking Phil, man.
That's hilarious. That's cold-blooded. Oh man. There's no more treads on those tires.
Oh damn.
But yeah, shit like that, like people get mad, but it's just like I'm not the one killing babies.
Oh shit, I'm gonna pause real quick. It's raining outside. My dog's out there.
Oh, we can end it right now. What time is it? It's
24.
I'm gonna wrap this up. Derek, thank you for
Is it on?
yeah, it's on. Thank you for having me over. This shit was fun.
Yeah, no problem, man. Anytime.
Wow, that's hilarious. I don't even think I have to edit that much of it. Came out cool.
Awesome,
But
dude.
yeah. Alright guys, we gotta go. We'll catch you on the next one.
See ya.
Later.